This video is sponsored by World of Warships. Howdy ho, guys and gals. Welcome back to the Den of Tools, and today we got all the best tools rounded up. Harbor Freight's been releasing tons of great new tools as they've been upping their image more and more every year and year. Over the past 7 or 8 years, it's getting to the point where they're contending with the big boys, coming out with all sorts of great new tools. So we've rounded up all the best ones that came out this year, and let's go through them and see what all they got. But before we do that, I want to show you World of Warships. World of Warships is a free-to-play game on PC and apparently also on console. I don't know. I'm not a console gamer, but you know what? It's been great on PC. I've been playing it on and off for years. One of the great things about it that keeps it fresh and exciting is they release new content every single month. They have a ton of maps, they have weather conditions, the whole 9 yards, but it's the ships. You always come back for the ships. They have a ton of different countries to choose from. Each country's got a ton of different ships, and even in those countries, they've got different variations on all those ships, but they have 5 basic classes. If you want fast and frenetic and just high energy, you want to play a destroyer. Destroyers are where it's at. You're firing your guns, you're launching torpedoes, you're zipping in, zipping out kind of stuff. If you just want to sit back and duke it out and play it more like a game of chess, you want a battleship. You can just sit there and you can range all across the map with those things. That is, I'm not really much for the destroyers. I do play a lot of battleships, but a lot of times I just like a little bit of mix of both, and that's when I go with the cruisers. The cruisers they're faster than the battleships. They got more armor than the destroyers. They got more guns than the destroyers, but they often have torpedoes as well. They kind of duke it out as well. A lot of great action in the cruisers. And then now they also have subs and carriers. I'll be honest though, it takes a special kind of breed to master those. As I said, I've been playing this game for years. I am truly excited about it. I was thrilled when they reached out to me. This month only though, now you can battle as Vic Rattlehead or Dave Mustaine. Yes, that Dave Mustaine of MEGADETH. If you don't know who MEGADETH is, well, I guess you're just not metal. Anyway, during registration, use the promo code MEGADETH to receive a huge starter pack. It includes 200 doubloons, 500,000 credits, and 7 days of premium account time. It also gives you Vic Rattlehead as a commander and a ship. Download your free-to-play copy of World of Warships now using the first link in the video description down below. Don't forget to use the promo code MEGADETH, and I'll see you on the high seas. All right, first off, we got to talk about the Predator line. The Predator line has just basically claimed its own space in like the RV world, the emergency power world, portable power, camping. All sorts of people are turning to Predator. Hondas are great. They're fantastic. They're reliable. But over the years, Predator has proved to many reviewers, Consumer Reports, and others that, you know what, it's right up there with them. And then Harbor Freight did this. They released the Predator Super Quiet 5000. This is an inverter generator. It is it's a fully enclosed generator, so it's quiet on top of quiet. It's a 5,000 watt dual fuel generator. It can run on gas. It can run on propane. It's got CO2 protection. It's got remote start. It even has the one thing that I think all these generators should have, which is it's got the luggage handle, which I absolutely love for moving these things around. So many of these generators, they're getting bigger and bigger. They're heavier and heavier. People want more power, but they want it to be portable. And if you don't get a lot of them you got to buy a wheel kit for. It's got the wheels built in. You can pull start it. You can push start it. You can remote start it. It's a really nice generator. It is the perfect, RV generator now. It's good for small home backup power. It's great for portable power to events and stuff like that. At $1,000, this hits pretty much all the marks that you'd want. Anyway, I think this is just the beginning. I think we're going to see a whole new line of Predator generators that are incorporate the dual fuel and the remote start and that kind of technology. So who knows what's next? All right. Hercules, I mean, they've been killing it with the handheld tools, but now we're seeing them in the stationary tools as well. I, for one, am excited. I love benchtop power tools. The Hercules planer here coming in toe-to-toe with the DeWalt. 15 amp, 12.5 inch portable thickness player. We did a video on it a while back. It was amazing. This is not a two blade. So the Bauer, if you're familiar with the Bauer, and the Bauer's right down here, when they came out with that one took everyone by storm as a great budget planer. Well, for those of you who wanted to step up a bit, here's the Hercules, $300, $400 on it. And when it goes on sale, it's far cheaper than the DeWalt. It has all the same features that you want from the DeWalt. It's in the beautiful Hercules baby blue, which I just love, as we like to call it around here, the Bearcules blue. It's got the lockdown feature for the head that helps prevent snipe. It's just a great all-around planer. Go check out my video on this because this one is becoming a real contender. In fact, we got a little bit of a little secret about it coming out here in a video here shortly. All right, let's keep going. This one just flipped people's heads on their sides. Now this is the saw in there. It doesn't matter what saw it is. That's the Bauer saw in there. The Hercules saws are coming out. But this saw right here, this stand right here, allows you to take your typical portable bandsaw, and now you can use it as a horizontal metal cutting bandsaw. That's great. Guess what else it does? It also converts it to a vertical saw. It even has a table that goes on it. Years and years ago, I did a video showing you how you could build your own stand and take one of these saws and make it into a vertical saw. I showed how you could use a jaw horse and do the same thing. This is better than all of that put together. For $100, I don't know how they sell this for $100. I can't imagine they're making any money on it. This thing has been selling out like hotcakes. I have people contacting me saying, hey, you said this and out, but I can't find it anywhere. That's because as soon as it hits store shelves, people buy it. It's one of those cases when Harbor Freight releases one of those bestseller kind of items, like the little mini icon ratchet set, they just disappear. It's the nature of the beast. All right, this one. Hercules, they did something weird. They downgraded the Hercules router. They sent it down to the little leagues, or the minor leagues, I should say. And it's this router right here. It's still a great router. I keep calling it a router. It's a grinder. 8-inch grinder, variable speed, flex headlight. It's a great grinder. But guess what? They said, no, we want something even beefier. We want Hercules to be a professional grade kind of tool. And so we will put out a professional grade kind of grinder. And I got to tell you, this makes me think back to the old school days when you'd see Rockwell or you'd see Daytona or something like that. And these are solid, just do the job and do it all day long kind of grinders. Not to be outdone, Bauer steps up with its own new grinder here. This is a grinder / belt sander. We did a video on this one as well. This is a fantastic little beast here. I compared it against two other rivals there, and this one went toe-to-toe with a much more expensive model, blew away the Vivor. The Vivor was a joke. But anyway, this is great because you can use a belt sander like this. You can use it on wood. You can use it on metal. It's got, check out the video. It has the horsepower to do light to medium metal work. Are you going to be hogging down hardened steel with this? Probably not, but for basic knife making, that kind of stuff, sharpening axes, tools, that kind of stuff, it'll definitely do that. You can get a lot of great belts for this. You got the 8-inch grinder on the other side. This makes if you want a sharpening station, this is it right here. All right, and at $170, that's a great price on it. Remember what I said about Hercules just really changing the things? And when Hercules first came out, I know I got it over here somewhere, I said that they were probably the best brushless motors that I'd ever seen, the most advanced ones. And a lot of people were like, oh, you're just saying that because you like Harbor Freight. You're a Harbor Freight fanboy. And yet, video after video, they kept showing that they were. They kept showing they were. And then I said, the brushless is coming out. And you guys, you better listen. A lot of people didn't listen to me. And then the brushless hit. And this thing right here changed how people look at inexpensive power tools. This thing hits up there. It was beating Milwaukee's. It was beating DeWalt's. It was beating Makita's and Metabos and everything else. I think the only thing that could come close to it and hold its own is the Flex. But the Flex is way more expensive and a much bigger unit on top of it. I know, I have both of them. I love them both, but I like the small portable, can get in tiny areas. And this thing is just fantastic, and on top of it, what did they do? They said, you know what, if it says Hercules and it says brushless, it's a 5-year warranty, 5-year exchange in store. Nobody comes close to that. That is, nuke them from orbit at that point. They're done. And then the batteries get a 3-year warranty on top of those. All right. And then, you know what? Harbor Freight's like, we're not done yet. They dropped the Ultra Torque last year, and that just, the red and black and yellow fanboys just, Oh, you could hear their cries from miles away. No, it can't be possible. It can't be true. Harbor Freight can't make a tool that's good. But the Ultra Torque did it. And now what did they do? They come out with the impact wrench with the extended anvil. So now they've got the regular torque. They've got the extended anvil torque. They have the Ultra Torque. They got the brushless compacts. Oh my gosh. And again, 5-year warranty on this. They're just killing it over there. Not to be outdone, the Bauer's like, but what about us? We want high torque too. And let's be honest, the impact, the cordless impact for Bauer was a little anemic. It was good enough for doing, like, I did a brake job with it, took wheels off with it, that kind of stuff. But if you were going to start doing suspension work or anything like that, anything rusted on, you were out of luck. Well, guess what? They stepped with the Bauer brushless high torque, and it's ridiculous that for $129 you can get something with 1,000 foot-pound of torque. It's insane that they can do this, and yet they're doing it. All right, and then of course we talked about Series 3. We launched and then we got to talk about Series 3 cabinets. The U.S. General has been a market changer for years. Now, back in the day, it was the inexpensive one that, home shops and stuff would get, but you'd see a few pros getting them here and there. Then the Series 2 came out, and I'll tell you what, it's hard to go to any shop now and not see at least one Series 2 toolbox somewhere in the shop. Someone's using them. Someone understands the bargain that there is. But as far as home gamers, it became the go-to gold standard for home gamers. Well, Series 3 Harbor Freight has just blown everybody out of the water. It's all now complete modular design. Everything fits and snaps together like Legos. You've got the top hutch that goes on top of it. You've seen mine in my shop, but you haven't seen the video on it. Of course, the gray it doesn't do it justice in the photo. It doesn't even do it justice in my video from SEMA last year. But the white, oh baby, the white looks awesome. Okay, I like white. I got white toolboxes, I got white trucks, I got like white cars. That's me. That's the way I roll. But it looks good. People said you couldn't keep it clean. Yet I haven't had a problem with it yet. And my shop is, well, it's filthy. Anyway, the prices went up, the features went up along with it. Power drawers, better drawer layout, double length drawers up top. It's a fantastic box, but not to be outdone, they came out with the 56-inch just now, and they same thing there. We got the top box for it as well. We got the hutch for it. We got the 56-inch, bottom roller cabinet for it. It's got the power drawer as well. Now, the end cabinets, we're still waiting on those. We're still waiting on the end cabinets, and we're waiting on the smaller ones, the 44s and the 26s, I think. So we're waiting on those. I think the 44s actually technically 42s. They're going to be calling them 42s when they come out. The good news is discounts on all of those right now. Boy, you can get the little ones. You can get a top box for the smaller boxes. I think it's the 22, 26 ones. They're going down for like $180. If you need if you got like a mill or small parts kind of drawer you need up on top of your desk, that is the way to go. I know a lot of people who have those on their trucks, welding trucks, stuff like that. They've got them up there to keep all the small bits and stuff. Anyway, Harbor Freight's just really blowing it out with the Series 3. They're fantastic. The black trim. They're going to be coming out with trim kits later this year to change it. I think titanium and what's the other one? Chrome, I think also. All right, talk about bringing the power. We talked about the electric impacts. Well, air impact was like, no, we're not done either. Earthquake XT just kind of quietly slid this one out here. 1/2-inch composite ultra torque air impact, 1,500 foot-pound claim. Does it hit that? I don't think it quite hits that, but it's one of the most powerful impacts for the price. Definitely for the price, it might be the single most powerful impact out there. You know what? I think our friends over at Torque Test Channel just did a video on it. You should go check them out. Maybe hit their like button, maybe even subscribe. All right, let's talk about McGraw. Now, this is another one that quietly came out. And I got not just one, but like we got 5 of them, I think. We got the air recip, the medium barrel air hammer. We got the die grinder, the angle die grinder, and the dual action sander. All of these new this year. McGraw kind of slid in here as this middle. They're a chief as their high-end air tools. And they have the Chicago or Central Pneumatics, or I can never get the name right, that have just been, in a lot of cases, not very good. Let's be honest with each other. I've said on this channel for years to avoid them. There are a few of them in there that are okay, but honestly, they're mostly just not worth it. McGraw, That's worth it. That air hammer there at $20 for a DIYer is a no-brainer. If you are still like one of the folks who are like, no, I'm stuck with air, I'm gonna keep doing air. Well, and your DIYer at home, Harbor Freight does not abandon you. With these new tools and more tools coming down the pipe, it looks like they've really come out with finally a budget airline tool that you can rely on. Let's keep going here. Quinn, oh my gosh. When these sets landed, I was like, I'd been begging, please, 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 master sets, master sets, master sets. We need more master sets. And finally, Harbor Freight's like, fine, here you go. They got a 1/2 inch, they got a 1/4 inch, they have a 3/8. This is it, 83 piece. This competes, now they say it competes with Tecton. I think that, I've seen the Quinn stuff. I think the Quinn stuff is good. I don't feel it's at the same level of Tecton, but I maybe it is, but I've not had the set in my hand. I'll have to see the ratchet on it, but I got to tell you, I've had a lot of people saying that they are super excited about this and that they'll be getting this. Look at, you got all these are all 6-point. That Tecton was like one of the first ones to come out with a giant master set that was affordable. It was all 6-point. It's no skip. It's got the breaker. It is pretty much a Tecton set. I know Tecton has sent me sets before. I may have to eat some crow on this one. All right, let's keep going here. There was an issue. Harbor Freight recalled their jack stands. A lot of people like to make jokes and stuff, but here's the fact. The Harbor Freight didn't make those jack stands. And those jack stands were sold not only by Harbor Freight, by a dozen other companies. And yet Harbor Freight was the only one who stepped up and said, we're going to recall them. Now the other ones, did they change to the new ones? Yeah, they changed, but they didn't say anything. They didn't recall them. Only Harbor Freight was bold enough to sit up and go, you know what? There's an issue there and we want to keep you guys safe. So they pulled them back, got new tooling, and now they have the safety pin version in these as well. These are fantastic jacks at the price. You're looking at 6 ton, and these are not sale prices I'm showing you usually. $80, not even on sale, much less when it goes on sale. That's a great price on that one. All right, this thing, we did a video on this as well. This changes the game for so many people. Now, I had a lot of people when we did the video going, oh, nobody runs pipe anymore. Tons of people run pipe. And you know what they run also? They run black pipe because, let's see here, gas lines, natural gas, stuff like that, running probe. Anyway, the fact of the matter is that there's tons of people still running pipe, and getting a good usable pipe threader is, you got to really, hopefully you can rent one. If you can't rent one, you're going to be spending money it's going to hurt so bad. Your wallet's going to cry. But then Bauer comes up out of nowhere, and I got a video I brought in my buddy who's a professional plumber. He's been doing it since he could walk. He's a plumber who grew up in a family of plumbers, and he's been thrilled with this. I actually gave it to him because I personally am not going to be doing a lot of pipe threading, but we did a demo on it, showed what it could do. He gave it the big old thumbs up. He's been running it through its paces. He just told me about a job he did the other day. He had to run a ton of black pipe with it, and then he put that thing through its paces again, and it did just fine. All right, next up, the Bauer 8.5 SDS variable speed rotary hammer. This is comparable to the Bosch Bulldog, but not at Bosch Bulldog kind of prices. If you want a good basic SDS hammer, and there's a lot of great uses for something like this, the Harbor Freight's just really come out with, they've got a ton of them now. Look at this. They got a whole line of Bauer, but this one has really come in that sweet spot of, not too big, not too small. 1 inch is a good size for most average DIY kind of applications, and it can really do a job. All right, let's keep going. The Doyle anvil. Now, we talked about, we had the video on the Doyle 6-inch vise when it came out last year. And I was like, this thing is fantastic. It's as good as any of the big vices out there at a price that it just makes you kind of wonder how they do it. And then they launched this. This is by far the single best budget anvil in the market. Everyone who's in like the amateur DIY blacksmithing or even budget blacksmithing had to stop and take a look and be like, where has this been all my life? All right. It's got a hardy hole. It's got the Pritchell hole. The hardy hole's where it's supposed to be. There's been some other ones out there where they had it like on the horn. It was kind of weird. This fixes all of those issues. This is a solid anvil at $149. It will get the Roadrunner. I couldn't help myself. Predator pressure washer. I know we've seen Predator pressure washers before, but they've really been expanding and diversifying here. And if we look at this, look at it, they have a whole line of these things now. From small all the way up to professional grade. You can get about anything you want. And this one is just a really sweet spot in the middle. 2.5 GPM on a 2650 PSI, 5.6 horsepower using the 196cc Predator engine. This thing, and it's EPA and carb compliant as well, so you can buy it in California if you want to do that kind of thing. Anyway, coming at $359. This is a solid, like, prosumer budget pro kind of pressure washer. It really do a job. It's got all the little bits, the tips on it that you're going to want. And it's got the folding handle, and I really appreciate that because not everyone can just park one of these in your shop or your garage and have it just sitting up. With that folding handle, it actually makes it really compact. You can store it under places, gets it out of the way. Nice big wheel, so if you're rolling across hoses and stuff like that or through a yard or whatnot, it can handle it. It's got the soap dispenser bottle up front. It does it all. Let's keep going here. The McGraw. Oh my gosh. Do you guys, if you've been around Harbor Freight for as long as I have, you remember the old Central Pneumatics, the big black air compressor, the 30-gallon one. And that was honestly a solid air compressor. It really was. It had its drawbacks though, like all the Central Pneumatic stuff. It was like, they all had that kind of unfinished kind of feel to them. Well, this one doesn't. This one feels like they took it, they finished it, they actually put the last coat of paint on it, they put updated dials on it, they put a good handle on it, they make a nice cage for it. It's 29 gallons, 5.3 SCFM, 165 max PSI, and at only 75 dBA. That's a big compressor running at 75 dBA. I'm not going to say it's quiet. It's not quiet, but it's not that ear-splitting kind of shriek you'd get on the old ones. This is, I don't know by the old ones, I mean the smaller ones. To be honest, the 30-gallon wasn't like super loud or anything, but this is just this is a more polished version is really what it is. And it does all the same jobs the other one does, coming in at $550 on it. Now, this seems like a really bizarre one to throw in here, but I got to tell you, I was super excited about it. Well, all this is for $20. If you've got a Daytona jack and it's got that two-piece jack, well, they had to do the two-piece so they could ship it in the box and everything. But once you get home, you don't care about how compact it is, and yet it still has that little bit of rattle to it. Not with this. It's a little bit longer. It's a solid single piece. It makes your jack feel more sturdy. Feels like you have better control. And for $20, it is a no-brainer upgrade for any of your Daytona jacks. All right. The Braun lights. This is another one, and I owe you a video on this. We talk about the big, for old school fluorescent-esque style LED lights, the shop lights, and they're great shop lights and stuff like this. But for bench kind of applications, and maybe for other places as well, this little modular light design lets you space out your lighting as you need. And you got a 50-foot string here with 5 different cells in it for $65, 10,000 lumens. Okay, that's a lot of light in there. That's 2,000 lumens per light capsule, if you would. And you can parse it however you want. I think that's a great setup that a lot of people they're kind of sleeping on. They need to wake up to. All right, and now we got some ones these are new ones that have come out that I think are going to be winners. But I'm not sure because they're too new and I just don't have enough feedback. I haven't gotten hands-on with them. The old drills were solid drills. They were for the money. Nobody could come close for the money with what they are. Well, they've upgraded them now with the Bauer. And this is their 12-inch variable speed with laser. Okay. The laser doesn't drill. Sorry if you're hoping you're going to get a laser drill. Now, the laser just helps you target, make sure when it comes down where you're going to be putting that hole. But the variable speed, the laser on it, the better build construction, I'm excited about them, but we're going to have to take a wait and see to see if they really do live up to the Bauer name. Next up, we got the Hercules brushless bandsaw. This is cordless. It's brushless. 5-year warranty. Whole 9 yards. If it's anything like the other Hercules brushless stuff we've seen, it's going to be a straight goner, home run. It's not even going to land in the park. It's going to be out in the parking lot in someone's windshield. At $130, go look at how much a Milwaukee or a DeWalt or a Makita is going to cost you. 5-year warranty. Keep coming back. You don't believe me? They put a 5-year warranty on this built in. No have to buy the extra warranty or anything like that. If this thing performs half as good, it's going to be a solid home run. All right, the Bauer cement mixer. I love the looks of this thing. And I've got some work I need to do, but it's not going to happen this year. $379. You know, they had the old school cement mixer. This one right here. I don't know if this is an upgrade. It looks cool. I like the poly tank on it. It looks more compact. It looks, and you know, it's got less of the sheet metal that's going to get dented and rusted and stuff like that. I think that's a great idea. Is it going to be in the long run? Only time will tell. Again, that's why this is in the, you know, wait and see section. All right, there you go. That's your best ones for... There you go. There you have it. That's the best new tools there from Harbor Freight in the last, or this year. If you think I missed one, put it down in the comments down below. If you know, let me know what your favorite is. I'd like to hear what your favorite out of that list is, the one you're most excited about. Better yet, you know, Harbor Freight does watch these videos and they do read the comments. If you think Harbor Freight's missing out on something, put it in the comments. They'll probably read it. Who knows? Maybe that'll be the next new tool that pops up. Anyway, I want to thank World of Warships for sponsoring this video. Don't forget to use code MEGADETH when you sign up. And if you do, I'm also going to put my username down there. And feel free to reach out to me. I game probably, you know, I use it to take breaks throughout the day. I'll do a bunch of work. My brain will get numb. I'll play a couple rounds. Then I'll jump back into work. It's a great way to break up the monotony during the day when you're working in your shop and stuff. Or if you work from home. Anyway, feel free to add me to your friends list there and maybe we can blow some stuff up together. Anyway, that's all I got for you today. You all take care. God bless. And as always, shine on.
Torpedoes to port. Torpedoes to port. Torpedoes to port.